My Hero Academia Season 4 will have one of the greatest openings in anime history, but what if I told you that the opening for My Hero Academia Season 4 will be nothing like any of the other previous season, in which it will be far above and beyond every single previous season that we have seen before. Now, we know that My Hero Academia, if you guys have not been living underneath the rock and you guys have been reading that My Hero greatness, you will know that My Hero Season 4, it will open up with action packed from the very beginning. And this is huge news because none of the My Hero Academia seasons have ever opened up with them just starting out with action. It's always been them building up the plot, whether it was Deku getting his quirk or anything else. And speaking of the plot, not too many UA students will get shine. Now, this is not a bad thing in a sense where there will be different UA students, Kirishima, and probably some other students who I'm not going to spoil that will get shine. But like the usual class 1A, Ida, all the whole class, like how they would usually throw in the whole class 1A, that will not happen this season. I think that's good, to be honest, because this gives a chance for some of the other characters who weren't already developed, like people who weren't like Todoroki or Bakugo or Ida, a chance for them to get their shine. And this will be a perfect chance for the characters like Kirishima and the other characters to get their shine, because there won't be so many UA students having to get developed, and the tone of the series will get drastically darker. And I'm talking about darker than Stain, because let's just say that there's a lot of tragic moments in this arc. I'm not going to spoil any of them in the video because that would be tragic itself, but we do know that the tone of My Hero Academia, it really does take a turn for the worse. And speaking of the dark turn, we have to discuss the villains, because the new villains obviously do make season 4 epic. And I'm talking about Overhaul, just because we know that he is Shigaraki's new rival, and this is the first time that we see somebody from the villain side that actually can rival Shigaraki in a sense of power, manpower, and everything. And we see that he actually does introduce a whole new level of power. And all I'm going to say is, yo, his transformation is very spooky, and it is something that you do not want to catch on a bad day. And not only does he rival Shigaraki, but his own group of villains, they rival the League of Villains as a whole. And that's a big thing, because the League of Villains, they're the main group of villains in the group. And to find out that there's a whole nother underground group of villains that can fight on par with them goes to show you that these new villains are going to be dangerous. But if we have new villains, you already know that we're going to have some new heroes to combat them. And I'm talking about Mirio, because let's be honest, Mirio becomes the main character. Yeah, he basically tells Deku to scoot aside, and he becomes the main character for season 4, because he's going to have a lot of spotlight and shine. And speaking of Deku, we do know that Mirio, he actually does mentor Deku, and we see that basically he takes him underneath his wings so that he can learn from Sir Night-Eye and everything. So Mirio helping Deku was a huge thing in season 4, and to be honest, Mirio is just epic in season 4. Like, I know there's a lot of people who don't like Mirio, they think he's weird or something, but just wait until season 4 comes out, because then you will see the greatness of Mirio. And speaking of heroes, we get a brand new number 1 and number 2 hero. Yes, because with All Might retiring, that will open up the number 1 spot for My Hero Academia season 4 opening. We will see the number 1 and number 2 slot change as well. And obviously, if you guys have at least 2 brain cells, you can think who will become the new number 1 hero, because obviously he was a previous number 2 hero in Endeavor. But the number 2 hero, the new number 2 hero, he introduces a new concept that we've never seen from the hero side. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say that the new number 2 hero, he is a very spooky and he's a very mysterious man, and we don't know what his true motives are. But all I can tell you is that My Hero Academia season 4 opening, it will be the greatest opening for all of the My Hero seasons. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.